You can't start a business these days without thinking about your technology really early. And whether it's you or somebody you've hired along the way, there's somebody in your business who's taking care of your IT. Initially, they were just the person who was good with computers, but now they're your full help desk.
He's the best computer guy we've got.
Even though that's probably not their actual job title. Let's figure out what that actually costs you and then run the true numbers on the 3 ways to fix it. Hire somebody, outsource it, or a mix of both. Now, we've established that you already have a help desk, even if you never hired one. Somebody's resetting your password, somebody's fixing the printer, somebody's getting Outlook working again when it fails. And what I want to show you first is what that arrangement is actually costing you, because I bet it's way more than you think. So here's how this usually goes. You didn't sit down and decide that Roz, the office manager, runs IT now. It just kind of happened because she fixed the Wi-Fi that one time. And now every password reset and every frozen screen and every, hey, the printer's doing that thing again, lands on her desk. And while she's handling all of that, the job that you actually hired her for is sitting there not getting done. Meanwhile, the person with the broken computer is waiting because Roz's real job got in the way. So a 10-minute fix happens at 3 in the afternoon, and Jeff in accounting has been dead in the water since 9 a.m. On top of that, everything Roz knows about your system, the passwords, the renewals, the weird workarounds, all of it lives exactly one place in her head. And the day that she hands in her notice because she's super stressed out, your whole IT department is going to walk out the door with her. So do this math with me. Take the hours your accidental IT person spends playing tech support every week, multiply that by what you pay them, and then add everybody else's hours. Everybody's lost waiting on fixes hours. That's your real IT support bill. And you've been paying it the whole time. The question is what you're getting for that money and if it's worth it just hiring a full-time IT person. And hey, if you're finding this useful, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos every week helping business owners make exactly these kinds of IT decisions. All right, so let's price out the hire because a full-time IT person sounds like the clean fix. You put out a job posting, you hire somebody good, the printers get fixed, Roz gets her life back.
2.5 years of undercover work were almost wasted.
But what does that hire actually cost? Well, the base salary is just part of it, right? And the salary is maybe 2/3 of the real bill. All right, math time again. Right now in Vancouver, the average salary for a level 1 IT support person is about $70,000 a year. But there are other things that tag along on that cost. The payroll burden, your CPP, EI, WorkSafe, the extended health plan. That's at least another 10 to 15% before they've even touched a keyboard. Then they need the software tools to actually manage all your systems. They need training to stay current. And they take 3 weeks of vacation. And I promise you, the printer does not check the vacation calendar before it dies. And one person can't be good at everything. Your new hire might be awesome at the day-to-day stuff, but is that same person your security expert, your server person, your Microsoft licensing person? That's 4 different specialties, and that's a lot to put on just one resume. So the real number on a 70 grand hire is somewhere between 85 and 95,000 a year all in. And that money buys you exactly one human with one set of skills, 40 hours a week. I think hiring in-house starts making real sense when you've got enough work to keep 2 people busy, because 2 techs can cover each other's vacations and each other's blind spots. And for most businesses, that's somewhere past the 100-seat mark. Okay, maybe hiring one person in-house isn't the right fit. Let's figure out what managed IT services company costs. Now, before we do this one, full disclosure, this is literally the thing my company sells. So take everything in this section with that in mind. And I will do my best to give you an unbiased version, including the parts where outsourcing falls short, because there are some areas. But instead of one person, you get a whole bench. Somebody for the day-to-day tickets, somebody for servers, somebody for security, somebody who knows Microsoft licensing inside out, maybe somebody that even has a Microsoft contact. The tools come included, the monitoring, the backup, the software, all the stuff you'd otherwise be buying for your in-house hire. And nobody takes the whole help desk to Mexico, because when one tech's on holiday, there's another one right behind them. Now, the honest part, you are one client out of dozens. So when you call, you're going to get triaged. Password reset will get handled quickly probably, but the weird little annoyances might sit in a queue for a few hours, and that drives some people crazy. Nobody from the IT company is going to be sitting in your office noticing that the boardroom TV's been flickering for a week. And the price range out there is huge, anywhere from about $100 a person to $300. And a $100 plan and a $250 plan are not the same product, even though they're both called managed services. So for a business running 10 to 50 people on a standard setup, this is usually the winning column. In Canada right now, a fully managed plan typically runs somewhere between $175 and $200 per person per month. So for a 30-person shop, that's roughly 65 to 90 grand a year. Similar money to the one hire, except it buys you a whole bench and it scales when you grow. If your setup is standard and nobody needs to be physically in the building every day, outsourcing wins on value almost every time. But what about when you grow past that, say, 100-person mark? When you've outgrown a simple managed services contract, there's a third option, and it works incredibly well with a few caveats. It's called co-managed IT, and let me explain what it is because the name doesn't help you out at all. Because here's what usually happens at that size. You hire your first real IT person, and for about 6 months, it's great. And then they're drowning because 100 people generate a lot of tickets, and this poor soul is also supposed to be doing the security, the projects, the server maintenance, and planning your technology budget, and they can't take a vacation without the whole thing backing up like a bad drain. Or if you go the other way, you stay fully outsourced and the per seat bill keeps climbing as you hire, and you start feeling like you need somebody who's actually in the building. Somebody who knows that the boardroom TV is flickering and that Carl runs the label printer and nobody else understands.
I'm here to help. If my help's not appreciated, lots of luck, gentlemen.
Co-managed is the mix. You hire that one in-house person, and instead of leaving them on an island, they've got an IT company behind them. Your person handles the day-to-day and the hands-on stuff, and the outsourced team brings the bench, the tools, the security depth, and the coverage when your person's on holiday. Now, the caveats are simple. You need both your managed IT services company and your internal hire to check their egos at the door. You can't have each of them throwing the other under the bus. You also need a clear division of labor, a scope document that says internal does this and MSP does this. But if you can get that right, a co-managed agreement can work wonderfully well. So here's your grid. If you're under, say, 80 people on a standard setup, probably outsource it. That's the value play. If you're past 100 people or you've got specialized gear that needs hands-on every single day, build in-house, probably 2 people minimum. And if you're in that middle zone or you're growing fast, you've already got one good tech person you don't want to lose, co-manage. Keep your IT person, put a team behind them. So here's your homework. This week, go find out how many hours your RAWS actually spends on tech problems, because that number tells you which column you're in.
None of this ever happened, gentlemen.
And once you know, the math in this video does the rest. If you want to go deeper on what good security looks like once somebody's actually running your IT, we did a video about why hackers actually go after businesses of your size. And I'd check that one out next in this ever-changing IT landscape. Beat after. We'll see you next time. And go easy on your RAWS.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.